was by Kelly
This
and
2016, 17
kindergarten
class. All right, Newton's Prism, the discovery of color. And this book is dedicated to kids who ask questions and test their answers. Mrs. Karyotis, what is this? That cue is a prism, but not just any prism. We don't know who made it, but we believe that it was created by glassmakers thousands of years ago. It was inspired by many, many scientists. One of them was a great Greek philosopher named Euclid. He liked to measure things. He was able to write things down so other philosophers could read what he wrote and ask even more questions. One of those philosophers was named Ptolemy. Ptolemy also asked very good questions. What makes this apple look red and this apple look green? Across the ancient world, the Valsheshika school looked through the prism and said they saw the 7 rays of the sun. The Valsheshika school taught their students that there was a difference between what they could see and why they see it. What do you call what you can see? What do you do when you see something?
It's
What do we say? What do we call? Observation. And then when we see, why we see it is called the
inference.
Inference. Very good. I think the colors came from the different rays of the sun. That is an inference. Almost 1,000 years later, a man named Ibn al-Haytham came across the prism and the writing of others about light and color. Ibn al-Haytham is considered to be the first scientist. He did experiments with light. He invented the first camera and discovered how color traveled with rays of light. He says in the picture here on the page, I wonder why the sky changes color. Mrs. Karyotis, I thought you said this was Newton's prism. When did Sir Isaac Newton get the prism? Good question. The prism found its way into a carnival fair. It was sitting with other toys in the tent of a toy maker. Who can find the prism?
Me. Right there. There. Right there. There.
Okay, and look on the next page, there's another prism.
A
A very curious teenage boy was a student from the nearby Trinity College in Cambridge. He brought the prism back and took it back to his room. Who's that boy?
Isaac Newton.
That boy was Isaac Newton. He already had one prism in his room. He had seen the colors of the rainbow against the wall when sunlight came through the window and passed through the prism. Newton carefully measured the colors that were cast on the wall. The oblong rainbow of colors was 13.25 inches high and 2.5 inches long. Newton drew a picture in his science notebook, and this is exactly what it looked like. What do we have here? What are these colors?
Rainbow.
Joey, what are the colors?
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Indigo.
Violet or purple. Aren't those the colors of the rainbow?
Or even.
So the kids asked many, many questions. Everybody asked questions. That's what scientists do. Where did the colors come from? I think the prism is like a magnifying glass that helps us see light clearly. I think the prism makes the colors. I think the light has different parts and the prism separates them.
Where's Jack in that picture? He's down. I'm down.
And we have Isaac Newton here in the corner.
So
And he's asking questions too. You see the bubbles? Okay, those are conversation bubbles. Why was the color on the wall in the shape of an oblong and not a circle? Well, that's a good question. Good observation. What happens if I move the prism? All right, so Isaac, he asked a lot of questions and he did a lot of experiments. Now that he had a second prism, he could do one of the most important experiments ever in understanding light and color. He wondered, what if I just put red light through the prism?
you can't do that.
Actually, he did. Look at the cover. What did he do? What did he have to do to the other holes?
You had to poke one.
He had to block them so only the red came through. And this is from his notebook. This is an actual picture from his notebook. He wondered, what if I just put red through the prism? He used a piece of wood with a small hole and made it just so one color from the first prism would pass through the second prism. An amazing thing happened, Joey. Only red light came out of the other side, not the whole rainbow. The white light broke into many colors, but the red light did not break apart. It was only red. And this is the picture. This is from his notebook. And we added the color so you can understand a little bit better.
Wow.
Two Prism also let Isaac Newton observe that while a prism can break apart white light into 7 colors of the rainbow, it can also take the colors and recombine them into white light again. So white light goes through the prism, breaks into the rainbow. The rainbow goes through the prism again, and look what comes out.
Just white.
Just white. Newton was able to say he knew and had observed. A prism separates and recombines colors. White light contained all the colors of the rainbow. This was the facts that he learned with experiments.
Indigo's time.
From his facts and observations, he inferred that light traveled in a straight line. There were other scientists who thought parts of Newton's discoveries were wrong.
What's a
Okay.
fist fight?
And we have Hooke and we have Huygens. Here's what the other scientists said. Hooke said, I do not agree with Newton's observations. Everyone knows that when you mix colors, it makes a blurry smudge, not white light. And what did we say, Farah?
Not with the prism.
That's what happens with paint and artists when they mix colors,
That's what
but not with light. It's very different. Huygens said, I do not agree with Newton's inference that light travels in a straight line. So this scientist thought maybe light travels in a bouncy line or a curved line. So Newton was frustrated that Hooke didn't believe his observations. Even artists were confused by what Newton said. When I mix Roy G. Biv paint together, I get black. Why is that? It was Isaac Newton who named the 7 colors of the rainbow. Let's do them together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and
violet.
although he wrote them down in Latin. And this is an actual drawing that he had in his
Can
notebook.
you read the scientists' names?
Can I read the Latin? Rebus was red, Aureus orange, Flavus yellow,
I knew it.
Viridis green, Caeruleus blue, Indictus indigo,
Oh.
Violaceus violet.
Wait.
Boys and girls,
Say.
a lot of the colors that artists use come from the Latin too.
They
A lot
have
of my
something
paint,
like to say.
a lot of my paint tubes are similar to the Latin names. Scientists through time have asked questions about light and color. They have discovered magnetic fields, electricity, radio waves, X-rays, radiation, and quantum mechanics. And we just have 6 of those important
It's
scientists. We have Michael Faraday, Marie Curie, Max Planck, James C. Maxwell, Rosalind Franklin, and Ada Lovelace. And the last page, now it's your turn. What questions will you ask? We applaud the book. It's awesome. You guys are awesome.